Welcome to Boone Crimson Channel. I married the guy I'd secretly loved for years, but he doesn't love me. It was a business arrangement between our families. Doesn't matter. I love him enough for both of us. After the wedding, the guy who'd always treated me with chilly indifference suddenly banded an arm around my waist. You could have told me you liked me back, he murmured. I'd have dropped the act ages ago. Before we continue, please subscribe and tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. 1. Dad was forcing me to marry. He said our family's bottom line had been hemorrhaging for the past 2 years. I screamed, sobbed, and threatened to hang myself with a Hermes belt. Then I found out the groom was Quinn, and I started begging Dad to speed the whole thing up. I mean, come on, Quinn. The guy I'd crushed on for 3 straight years of college. He'd barely given me the time of day. After graduation, Quinn took over Vance, rocketing to CEO stardom while I stayed home and masterminded the art of being a decorative houseplant. We'd been married 3 months. The instant the certificate was signed, he flew overseas on business. Yeah, real subtle, Quinn, definitely not hiding from your new wife. After what felt like forever, he's finally back, and I'm ready to refresh his memory of my face. I balance a cup of coffee and glide toward the home office. I spend 3 full minutes hyperventilating outside the door. His bent over a file, lips pressed thin, brows pinched, white shirt unbuttoned just enough to flash as Adam's apple. Absolutely lethal. My taste is impeccable. Oh well, I slam the brakes on my tongue. The word husband almost escapes. Oh well, Jude. His gaze snaps up, pinning me like a lab specimen. Something you need. I set the coffee down gently. You've been working since you landed. At this rate, you'll be bald by brunch. You're already looking seasoned. He arches an eyebrow. So that's why you called me an old man, because I look seasoned. My brain shrieks, impossible. My guy could never age. He's freeze-framed in hotness. I cough to mask the meltdown. Not really. Translation, stop barricading yourself in here and hang out with me, please. While he's processing, I sneak 2 extra helpings of his face. Is there something on my skin? Busted. Yep, I booger, left side. I sweetly pass him 2 tissues. He blinks like I've spoken. Martian, help, that flustered look is adorable. I want to bite him. Serena, are you actually okay? I bury the rabid squirrel in my chest and float a casual. Sure, give me a job, something secretary-ish. The internet claims constant proximity breeds attachment. We're already married. No point waiting for coincidences. He surveys me top to bottom. My lungs stall. Please don't say no. Please don't say no. Rejection would floor me. Problem, I whisper when the silence stretches. He sets down his pen. Fine. Start tomorrow. I nod. Fireworks detonating behind my ribs. Daily Quinn sightings secured. The joy is mine alone. Next morning I'm officially on payroll. And I don't catch a single glimpse of him. He never calls for me. I basically been promoted to potted plant at Vance headquarters. I'm begging the universe to work me like a rented mule, preferably by him. When the CEO line finally blinks, I pounce on the handset. Bo SS. Every coworker in the executive suite swivels toward me. Stop staring, people. I'm nervous enough. Bring coffee. I detour to the break room mirror. Refresh lipstick. Fluff hair. Watch me stun him senseless, too. He takes 1 sip and frowns like he's bitten into a lemon. My stomach knots. What's wrong? He parks the cup. Too sweet, but I didn't add sugar, I remember perfectly. College era, Quinn drank it black. I tried once and nearly died of bitterness. His pen stills. I lift the cup. Taste. Swallow the bitter sludge. Quinn, your taste buds are broken. A bottle of milk appears in front of my eyes. His hand. Oh my God, perfect fingers. And it's my favorite brand. I'm officially the happiest woman on earth until the paranoia hits. Why does he have milk in his office? He hates the stuff. Quinn, does anyone else come in here? The moment the words leave, I want them back. He has 2 assistants and a whole secretarial pool. Of course people come in. Besides you, 2 assistants and another secretary, he answers evenly. My heart still sinks. Right, 7 other secretaries. Why would I be special? The jealousy leaks out before I can quark it. Anyone prettier than me? I snap out of it too late. That's not what I meant. No one's prettier. You top the list. System crash. He clears his throat, suddenly fascinated by his blank. Tired, want to head home. Is he dismissing me? I've been parked outside all day. I peek at his profile. You could call me in more often. I need the practice, I add, dignified. He massages his temples. All right, gradual ramp up. True to his word, my summons increase. My workload fattens. A month crawls by. 0 romantic traction. I snap. Fake a sick day and drag Maddie to Soho for damage control. Is he even into women? I orbit him all day. He never looks, I wail, clutching Matty's arm. Only one way to find out. Come on, my unreliable best friend hauls me into a lingerie boutique. 30 mortifying minutes later I emerge scarlet. This will actually work, I squeak. She pounds her chest, guaranteed. No straight man survives this night. Morgan, I took a shower the second I got home and changed into the Negligee Tilda copyright I bought that afternoon. Skinny little straps that snap if you breathe on them. Silk so thin it felt like liquid against my skin. I swallowed hard. If I could turn myself on, he had better look up this time or I'd actually lose it. I still carried his coffee in, same as always, perfect. He didn't even glance at me. Quinn, you've got something right here. I pointed, took 2 deliberate steps closer, stopped at his elbow and bent until my face was under his. My fingertips brushed the bridge of his straight, proud nose. His breath hitched, then went ragged. Score. I slid 1 more inch forward until the silk of my robe almost grazed his shirt. It won't wipe off. R3, perfect timing. I let gravity drop me into his lap. A low grunt escaped him. I almost lost my mind. Quinn, did I crush anything important? I tried to push myself up. He clamped an arm around my waist and yanked me back. Don't move. My arms around his waist tightened reflexively. Unless I was reading him totally wrong, he was. Were we about to do the whole thing right here? My face burned. I burrowed in Tohai's chest so he couldn't see. Worth every penny, this battle armor. I tugged the wrap top lower, baring my collar bones. His eyes darkened, that sexy Adam's apple bobbing once. So Mr. Ice King wasn't immune after all. I looped my arms around his neck, breathless. Quinn, I'm suddenly so hot. If that wasn't clear enough, I didn't know English. Please don't make me defile the guy myself. He shoved me off so fast I didn't even track the motion. Go wait outside, I have a call in 5. His voice was gravel wrapped in smoke. My brain Bluke screened. Self-control of steel, translation still not into me. Mood nuked. Conveniently, Maddie had rounded up a litter of adorable compliment happy puppy boys and hadn't even invited me. I followed the bass line straight to them. In Mattie's world, I'm the textbook faithful wife, hopelessly queen-branded. I winded the saga into her shoulder. She laughed like a villain and waved 2 of the pups over. She winked. Little Serena, variety is the spice of life, 1 on each side, big sis eyeing and Jimmy into a dizzy puddle. 1 drink down, a puppy leaned in. I flinched, splashing the rest of my cocktail across my chest. Instant gentleman. He peeled off his jacket and draped it over me for crying out loud. If only he would react like that with his current settings. Fat chance. I drank to forget, then drank because I'd forgotten until I was sobbing into Mattie's neck that I needed Quinn right now. He showed up in house slippers, hair falling over his forehead like he'd run every red light in Riverdale. I giggled through the tears. Quinn dishevelled was a sight no one got to see. How did you let her get wasted? She can't handle liquor. Accusation level. Glacial. His gaze swept the room and kept sinking. What's she wearing? Maddie threw both hands up. Innocent CEO Vance, her dress was soaked. The kid lent her a jacket. She deposited me against Quinn and patted my back like handing over a relay baton. I melted into him boneless. Serena. His tone carried parent-teacher conference vibes. I blinked up floaty. HM, what's up husband, are we going home? But the puppies want to drink with me. Just 5 more minutes please, he froze, voice dropping 10 degrees, no home now. I nuzzled his sternum like a cat. The car ride felt like a courtroom. Quinn radiated displeasure. Crap, had I yanked him out of a merger call? He loved work more than oxygen. Please don't be mad, guy. Pinky swear I'll do it again. My legs turned to ramen. I draped myself over him all the way upstairs. Even damp-haired and furious, the man was sculpted by angels, nose, lips, all of it begging to be kissed. Ellis, help me, I kissed him. 4. After that, the film breaks. I woke up with a head full of broken glass and a mysteriously sore mouth. Seriously, alcohol gives me canker sores now. He had left for Vance at dawn. Tex said I could take the day off. I vaguely recalled borrowing someone's coat. Where was it? I tore the suite apart, even asked the housekeeper. Finally caved and rang him. Okay, I just wanted to hear his voice. The jacket was covered. Quinn, what happened to the top I was wearing? A pause hummed through the line. Is it important? Well, yeah. It belongs to someone else, I'll wash and return it. Another long crackling silence. I started sweating. Am I interrupting? Are you swamped? Quiet on his end, too quiet. You yanked it off yourself and threw it on the floor. I tried to stop you. Flat, smooth, unfairly sexy. Sure, whatever you say, Your Honor. I pulled a face he couldn't see. All right, I'll just Venmo him. Wait, a sharp syllable, then the slow version. From now on, no drinking with other people. I said nothing while my brain painted him in that pristine white shirt, black tie, total Jordan restraint. My cheeks combusted. Last night's kiss replayed in HD. I ran my tongue over my lower lip and thought things Sunday school never covered. Got it. I whispered and hung up, heart sprinting. Night. He came home, disappeared into the bedroom. Reappeared in a robe that refused to close. One glance and I registered acres of bare skin and the faintest outline of abs. I jerked my head away, but my neurons screamed encore. My gaze kept darting back, water dripping from his hair, sliding down jaw, chest, disappearing under the belt. Serena, his sudden address nearly stopped my heart. Crap, 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 busted. How indecent was my face just now, a decade of like facade. Did it implode in one thirsty second? Bring me a coffee. I blinked, then hurried after him. He's going to work right after his shower. He really should just marry his job. Why bother taking a wife when he's leaving a bombshell like me hanging around the house? I carried the coffee into the home office, my face a mask of grievance. Ouch, take that back. He in a bathrobe working is insanely hot. He sat down. The collar fell open wider, giving me an even better view. Abs I want to touch. I set the coffee down and stood by his desk for ages, unable to peel my eyes away. Since Quinn didn't seem inclined to stop me, I plucked a book from the shelf behind him and curled up on the sofa. Perfect angle to read and steal glances at him. 2, maybe 3 hours later, he was still as immovable as a rock. Respect. Sleepiness ambushed me. I couldn't fight it. My eyes shut and I was out. I skipped work the next day too. My childhood friend Chase was back from abroad. We grew up together. I'd always thought I'd end up marrying Chase. Instead, here I am, his wife. The moment Chase saw me, he lit up, practically longing for a hug, but he stopped himself an inch from contact. Serena, where's Quinn? He didn't drive you. I still can't believe I missed your wedding. He must have been wired that day, man. Just picturing it gives me a rush. I've never seen Quinn lose his cool. Not once, same, he never shows a flicker of emotion. His face is a permanent iceberg. Truth is, even on our wedding day, his expression barely shifted. You know, Serena, our families were supposed to merge through us, Chase said, biting into a canopy and folding his arms. TK, if Quinn hadn't interfered, Dad wouldn't be forcing me into blind dates now. None of us dared make a move on you, though. Everyone knows you're his little treasure. I froze, staring straight at him. Chase gulped half a glass of ice water in panic. Serena, don't tell me you actually liked me. No way, that's off limits. I don't want Quinn hunting me down. My voice shook so hard it cracked. What did you say? Our marriage was engineered by him, meaning he's in love with me, and all of you knew. I gaped at Chase, brain flatlining, heart jackhammering like it planned to escape my rib cage. Chase looked like he'd swallowed a fly. Serena, you really didn't know. I thought he had told you. Damn, I just spilled his secret. Come on, Serena, bro code, don't rat me out to him. Please, I didn't want to hear another soul. I wanted to hear Quinn. He loves me. The guy I've crushed on forever actually loves me. Only then did it hit me, that bastard, he had played me. If he likes me, why act like I'm invisible? Fine, Quinn, game on. That night at Morgan, I sat calmly watching TV, never glancing his way. Predictably, Quinn lost his cool. How had I never noticed his telltale tics before, a nodding his tie that sensually, definitely a deliberate tease. The sound of his shower drifted from the bedroom. Minutes later, he reappeared in the same bathrobe, abs faintly visible under the fold. Suddenly it clicked. He was seducing me. I swallowed the urge to pounce and forced my eyes back to the drama on screen. The lead wasn't even half as hot as Quinn. Next thing I knew, I'd mentally caged his face onto the actor. Serena, his voice brushed my ear. He stepped over the coffee table and dropped onto the sofa beside me. Grandfather Vance wants us home. He misses you. Sure, I adored his grandfather. It was he who made Quinn spoon feed me dessert and sweep me up bridal style. We drove to the Vance estate that night. The old man was still up, bright-eyed, waiting. Before we could speak, he shooed us to our room, told us to rest. I stared at the shut door, then at his unruffled face. Is grandfather messing with us? Whatever. Now I get to share a bed with him. I took a shower. When I came out, he had already laid 2 quilts on the sofa. My small fists clenched. Does Quinn like me or not? I'm getting mad. I snapped off the light and dove into bed, ignoring whether he was done tidying. I lay there forever, nothing stirred from his side. Damn it. What am I even hopping for? I'm burning up while he's probably sound asleep. Arg, he is torturing me. I shot upright, padded to the sofa and hovered over him. His eyes flew open. He sprang up and tugged my pajamas properly closed. Then he exhaled in relief. Serena, are you sleepwalking? His voice was soft, threaded with laughter and tenderness. Suddenly I didn't want to wake up. Let's call this a dream. If I'm sleepwalking, nothing I do counts, right? I knelt awkwardly on the corner of the sofa. His hand circled my arm, burning hot. I inched forward, tripped over his leg and tumbled into his chest. Instantly, Quinn locked me in a tight embrace. Even sleepwalking is dangerous, huh? He stroked my hair. We were so close his breath found my neck. Ticklish tingles erupted across my skin. He showed no sign of letting go. I squirmed, listening to the heavy beat of his heart. In the faint moonlight, I found his mouth and brushed mine against it. Feigning accident, he stiffened, then seized the reins. He kept the back of my head and deepened the staged kiss, plundering my oxygen breath by breath. Heat surged. I pressed against him, a fine sweat blooming along my spine. He panted in my ear. If I don't know what that means, I've wasted my life. He has hidden his cards so well. I reached up, traced his face, and when my fingers met his lips, I crushed my mouth to them. Ow, I'd knocked my teeth together, damn it. He pulled me up and the two of us stared at each other in the dim light. The atmosphere was awkward for a moment. Serena, are you faking it? His breathing wasn't steady. If you listened closely, he was still panting slightly. I didn't answer. Quinn, it's been pretty hard on you, hasn't it? The next second the world spun. He pinned me beneath him. In the hush and the dark, every sense felt hyper's sharp. A flicker of fear darted through me and I tried to push against his chest. I couldn't budge him. He captured my hand with perfect aim and slid it downward. When my palm landed on his abs, my whole body jolted. He chuckled twice. Didn't you say abs are your favorite? Didn't you say you wanted to touch? That's all the guts you've got, Serena. He really was tempting me, I muttered under my breath. When did I ever say that? He dipped his head and brushed a kiss to the corner of my mouth, gentle and coaxing like soothing a child. The night you were drunk, you hugged me and said you wanted to feel my abs and you kissed me. He lowered his lips to mine again. Do you know now? I whimpered, puzzled. Know that I like you. How do you know everything? I almost exploded with mortification. He pressed a finger to my lips to hush me. No, I don't know if you like me. If I'd known you liked me back, I wouldn't have pretended this long. Serena 7, kaboom, something detonated inside my head. He had just admitted with his own mouth that he liked me. My eyes strung, tears welled. I wrapped my arms around his hard waist and whispered against his ear, Quinn, actually, I've liked you for ages since college. I even wrote you a love letter, but you never took it. And you had someone tell me to stop wasting my time. He went silent. For a long while he said nothing. If the lights had been on, I would have seen the deepest regret in his eyes. He tilted my chin and pecked my lips, soft and intermittent. I waited so long without any further move from him that I started to doze off. The whole day had felt surreal ever since Chase told me Quinn liked me. I drifted into sleep, muddled. When I woke the next morning, my mouth was red and swollen. I stood there dumbstruck. Quinn, you little, so that's why my lips got inflamed for no reason. He'd seized the chance to attack. Just then he came to call me for breakfast. I huffed and turned my head away. He laughed once, a sound that turned my insides liquid. While I was spacing out, he scooped me up, carried me all the way to the bathroom, and even squeezed the toothpaste onto my brush. I brushed. He leaned against the door frame, arms folded, never blinking. Come on, who wouldn't blush? Why do you keep staring? He smiled. I've wanted to do this forever. After our cover was blown, I shrank like a quail. None of the guts I'd had when I was trying to seduce him. Serena, why don't you ask when I started liking you? I didn't ask, but he answered himself anyway. Probably a little earlier than you, Taylor. The night you finished your entrance exams, you went drinking with friends. A tipsy girl threw herself at me, bawling that her family wouldn't let her study abroad and would marry her off for a merger. She said her whole life was mapped out. No freedom. He paused. I was clueless. Thought this girl was nuts and her crying was ugly. My buddies teased me about it for 6 months. No girl had ever wept that hideously in front of me. Usually they staged their best angles, designer tears. You were different. He tugged me into his arms and locked those beautiful eyes on me, gently tucking stray hair behind my ears. I told US University was great. Then freshman orientation started. And there you were, surrounded by upper-class guys, turning them down with an ice-cold face. I walked past and casually lifted one of your suitcases. Too bad you didn't recognize me. Didn't even say thanks. He crushed me against him like he wanted to fuse us together. I was stunned. I really hadn't known that was him. I'd been drunk and remembered nothing. Then why didn't you accept the love letter I sent later? He looked aggrieved and oddly cute. I'm innocent. How could I know it was from you? Ice Queen beauties don't mail love notes. You kept brushing me off. I was afraid one extra glance would give me away. I burrowed my head into his chest. Couldn't you have grown one more mouth? Would it kill you to talk? How was I supposed to know? I felt totally wronged. Years of secret love, and it turned out to be mutual. We'd wasted all that time. He patted my back. It's okay. You didn't say anything either. 8. Quinn, if you can't comfort someone, just don't. I rode with him to work but hopped out a block early. I didn't want coworker gossip if they spotted us. Everyone at Vance knew the CEO was married, but no one knew the bride was me. Imagine my shock when he was waiting in the lobby. I pretended not to see him and walked past Serena. His cool voice made me shiver. He glanced at his watch. 3 minutes late. Come with me. He strode into the executive elevator. I was still processing life, the instant the doors shut. He grinned and pinched my cheek. Serena Senior, I've wanted to walk into the building with you. Wanted everyone to know you're mine. Is something wrong with him? He'd scared me so it was all an act, every bit. My frosty guy was a secret flirt. Judging by today's show, he could forget about it. I followed him to the office where he'd laid out a mountain of snacks I loved. Quinn, that milk you used to hand me. Did you actually buy it for me? He raised a brow. Who else? I worried you'd be bored, never thought you'd suspect some other woman. I felt honey sweet inside and stared at my shoes, but you never even spoke to me. I never got to come in here. How could I not overthink? He was quiet a moment, then said softly, that really was my fault. Serena, if you drop by a few more times, I won't get a single thing done all day. My head will be full of you, my cheeks burned. His gaze was so scorching, I didn't dare lift my eyes. How did this man get so smooth? The sweet talk spilled out of him in waves. In the end, he cradled me and kissed me for the longest time, demanding a kiss for every document he signed. When I finally left the office, every co-worker in the executive suite stared as I passed, head swiving wherever I walked. A co-worker I'm friendly with leaned in. Serena, did the boss chew you out? You've been crying. My heart gave a violent thump. It was all his fault. I told him no, and the co-worker patted my shoulder. The CEO isn't usually like this. He must be in a lousy mood. Please, big bad wolf acting, all of it an act. For the rest of the day, my direct line never stopped ringing. Serena, missing you. Serena, come in for snacks. Serena, want a kiss. Quinn, you never used to be like this, but I'm so here for it. Ever since Quinn and I cleared the air, he's turned into a different person. Stuck to me like super glue. A Velcro puppy. We went at it so late that night I almost couldn't get up the next morning and had to ride with him to the building's front door. The whole way I hunched down, terrified a co-worker would spot me. He said I looked like we were sneaking around. I smacked him for that. Me sneak around? I'm completely legitimate. Thank you very much. Just before knockoff, I noticed a lot of unfamiliar faces hanging around the suite, sneaking glances at me. I sneezed 3 times in a row, a bad feeling crawling up my spine. Sure enough, trouble 9. He and I hadn't even reached home when a co-worker pinged me a string of screenshots. The company group chat was roasting me. Did anyone else see Secretary Vance climb out of CEO Vance's car this morning? I've run into it several times, but I didn't dare say anything. Didn't want to lose my job. Yeah, a little pillow talk and bam, she's golden. That secretary plays the game well. With a face like that, no wonder she hooked our CEO in just a few days. Respect. Does Mrs. Vance know? I'm dying for the real wife versus mistress. Shodan popcorn ready. My hand shook so badly I couldn't type. Those were the mild ones, I couldn't even finish the rest. Who knew the friendly co-workers would stab me in the back? He noticed something was off, plucked my phone away. And after one glance he slammed the brakes and pulled over. I'll find out exactly who these people are tomorrow. They won't have desks. I've never raised my voice at my wife and they think they can bully her. His voice was low and rich, sweeping every last cloud from my sky, my lips curved without permission. I squeezed his hand. Husband, don't. He turned, eyes locking on my mouth, Adam's apple bobbing. Serena, what did you just call me? Husband, let's go public. Otherwise their mouths never stop. He yanked me into his arms and kissed me hard, fingers trembling against my back. He was that fired up, but he still remembered business. He straightened my collar, lifted his phone, snapped a selfie of us and dropped it into the 1,000-person chat. My bad luck on that. I abuse it is for what went to her out from he robbed class. I lifting his own rough with kiss. Ben went to us to tell you men a love. Till not so his eyes. On my friend knew I can't hold your maggie over there. I shouldn't me. Still remember I have me to me spin my hat. What is does of it ever for me but sit it. It's I through and auto to me he's dog gets okay. On the job so loud. And I'm mulling again. Wednesday doing them up my mouth. Poor Steve Still I had you in drivers. Others like you more cluttered mouth and shit to full door such as us was red cat. This room I'll have your usual business to be in the story. You are the deep land wind. Lie your